Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to Lessons in Miracles. We have missed everybody for a couple of days. We've had a lot going on, but we are here live tonight. This is live, this is not a replay. I'm Teri Angel, and I'm here with our beautiful Chanting and Miracles family. Christine Elizabeth is with us.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, and Auntie Jean is back.
Hello,
Yay!
everyone. Thank you, everyone, for all your prayers and good wishes. And Ron is all better.
Awesome.
Good to hear.
And our Charlie Charming Coons.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, so we're just going to dive right into Course in Miracles, lesson number 137. When I am healed, I am not healed alone. So let's just take a moment to think about those words and just go into our hearts and call in the Holy Spirit to guide us with whatever discussion there is about this particular lesson. I love this lesson of when I am healed, I am not healed alone. And we're taught that all healing comes from the inside. It has to start there with believing it. So let's hold that thought. Anything that's going on inside of you, inside of a loved one, just see the perfection of healing. See the cells responding to love, responding to that belief and that trust and that faith that all healing takes place on a level where we have to let go. We have to surrender and not think that we can do anything, that we are in charge, because God is in charge. And when we surrender and know that all we're doing is following the love, just follow the love right now. Breathe it into your heart center. Hold it there. And let's just talk about healing. I'm going to read some from the Insights. And the Insights says that healing is the recognition that I cannot be alone. It could be said that this one statement encapsulates the whole message of the Course, a recognition that I am not separate, nor is anyone separate from me, is the basis of forgiveness. It is the reason why sin is impossible. It is the reason why I remain as God created me. It is the reason why there is no cause for guilt and fear cannot be real. It is the reason why I remain safe within the love of God. This lesson is helping me look at the fact that I do not fully believe any of this. I experience the isolation that comes with sickness. I experience the sense of vulnerability and weakness that comes with believing that the body needs to be protected, because that is how I protect myself. There are still aspects in my mind that believe that if the body ceases to exist, so do I. This is the insane dream that must be undone. Healing is not necessary in reality, for what is one is not broken. But a dream in which reality is broken into many separate parts must be undone for reality to dawn upon the mind that thought the dream was real. As I practice focusing on the idea that when I am healed, I am not healed alone, it reminds me that I am indeed part of all that is. I am not separate. This is my goal. Holy Spirit, help me this day to see that only the love I share with all my brothers, to see the one self that joins us all as one. I am willing to see the real world where all barriers to love have been let go. Mm. I love that part. All barriers to love have been let go. And when we see that and we release that, we have our healing. It is that simple. And we're not diminishing the fact that there's pain in the world. There are diseases that happen, but that's part of the separation. That's part of us saying, my body is separate from everything else, and that this is what's real, that the pain is real, the disease, the illnesses are real, instead of looking at the fact that we are one. And as one entity, we do not have a disease. We do not have illness. We only have love. So when we're caught up in that aura of unreal illusion about being sick and tired of being sick and tired, we're caught up in the unreality. So coming back to our hearts is the key, knowing the promises that we have, that when we are healed, we are not healed alone. So, Auntie Jean, I know you said you didn't fully understand this part, so I don't know if the insights helped you a little bit, maybe, with
It
what it was saying.
it did. I think, see, I read them together, the sickness one and the healing one, because I'd been missing. And
Yeah.
I think it kind of made me feel, this is where I got confused. That we chose to be sick because we wanted to be isolated from others. And I don't believe that. How can I don't want to go against what it's saying, but what I'm saying is we all get sick. We all get sick because this world is, like you say, in separation. We all get sick. And and so I don't feel like it's because we're choosing to get sick necessarily. But then in reading the healing one is having faith and trust that we are who we are, which is one, and that we are the perfect children of God, and so we don't get sick. And the healing one, to me, spoke to be more in a spiritual way than a physical way. It was like healing from the sickness of the thought of the world, of the beliefs of the world. And when we heal from that, we don't heal alone. We heal with those who are already healed, and we heal with even more out there who see us heal, and then they become healed too. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
Oh,
that's
it does. Yeah.
that's the way sorry, my phone never rings except when um so anyway, that's the way it was. I think that reading them together, I wished I had read the sickness one and we'd had the discussion and then read the healing one. But the insights really did help put it into the right perspective for me. So thank you for that.
Good. Good. You're so welcome.
Mr.
So, what you
Charlie.
got for us, Charlie?
Well, in Pam's one, it's the one line. Uh, this approach, is especially for in the area where most interactions it takes place in your head. So it's what you're thinking when you come from your heart. It's like your higher self. You're in it with God, with the one. We're all in this together as one. That's how I'm. I am. I am. God goes with me, so He's with me, and what happens to me happens to Him. That's how I get it. Yeah. How the
Yeah,
Grinch How the Grinch Stole Reality is
I love that. I
that
love Pam so much.
we can conjure up new worlds with our imagination and creativity. That was Robert Rodriguez. So like that's all in your head, I guess, in the ego, You're, and it's not like it's not happening. It's happening. We all get sick or have disease.
Yeah,
It does happen, but
right.
and things happen for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. You know,
Even
Yeah.
having your
I
house
think
flooded.
I think every one of these lessons are really bringing us every time bringing us back to the oneness, bringing us back to realizing that we're not alone, that that mirror is lying to us. We're not separate. Yes, we're here in a physical body, and yes, that does exist on this earth plane. But the real part of us, the part that is reality, is inside. And
Mm-hmm.
this is just, some people call it a hologram. It's just an illusion that we have created. It's a dream that we've created together as the oneness. And all of these lessons are to bring us back to what is real and how we're doing together as a collective.
and it all comes back to
Mm-hmm.
we're just walking each other home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we're doing. And home is inside. It's no place that's outside of us.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just walking each other home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
like,
you have to trust the universe.
let me talk.
And if
Yeah.
we accept the fact that we created it, the illusion, then we can accept the fact that we can recreate to what
Yeah,
God wanted it to be in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris,
And
what you got for us, honey?
yeah. So one day I heard that Latona passed away.
Who
Tina.
passed
Tina,
away?
Tina Turner.
Oh, Tina
Oh,
Turner. Tina Turner. I loved her Nam Myoho Renge Kyo chant that she did.
oh,
She had one video that was like 2 hours of it. And
Mhm.
I
oh,
would just
God.
put that on sometimes and just listen because she's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes, he
But
is.
yes.
But yeah, I'm good with so and she
So,
passed
so I
away.
think
Yes.
she's chanting in heaven now.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She was quite a force here on earth.
Yes.
So thank you for bringing that up, Chris, because yeah, I just heard that last night and I just smiled. I love her so much and I
Me
know that
too.
her spirit is so huge.
Yes.
And I know that, it's not the last we've heard from her. And
No.
she's just going to
No.
be guiding us more toward world peace. That's what I
Yeah.
feel. She could
Me.
only do so much in her human body. And I think now we have a leader that can guide us and bring us um, more ideas of how we can create this
Yeah.
peace on our earth that we're in. So
Yeah.
yeah, I love that. And welcome to Maria Morgado. Thank you for joining us tonight for the discussion on Course in Miracles. So let's go on to the new lesson that we're going to focus on tomorrow. Let me put that one up. And Charlie, I think you are going to help us out with that.
Okay, yeah, since Karen isn't here tonight, I'm going to read the lesson. It's 138, and it's in A Course in Miracles book. It's the sparkly book, we, that we call it. All right. Lesson 138. Heaven is the decision I must make. In this world, heaven is a choice because we here We believe there are alternatives to choose between. We think that all things have an opposite, and what we want, we choose. If heaven exists, there must be hell as well, for contradiction is the way we make what we perceive and what we think is real. Creation knows no opposite, but here is opposition part of being real. It is this strange perception of truth which makes the choice of heaven seem to be the same as the relishment of hell. It is not really thus. Yet what is true in God's creation cannot enter here until it is reflected in some form the world can understand. Truth cannot come where it could only be perceived with fear, for this would be the error. Truth can be brought to illusions. Opposition makes the truth unwelcome, and it cannot come. Choice is the obvious escape from what appears as opposites. Decisions let one of conflicting goals become the aim of effort and expenditure of time. Without decision, time is but a waste, and effort disputed. It is spent for nothing in return, and time goes by without results. There is no sense of gain, for nothing is accomplished, nothing learned. You need to be reminded that you think 1,000 choices are confronting you, when there is really only one to make, and even this but seems to be a choice. Do not confuse yourself with all the doubts that merit decisions.
Did Charlie freeze?
I don't know what happened. Everybody went away except for Charlie.
Well, I put him on big screen because he was reading, but then he stopped reading. So
Yes.
I don't know if he froze.
I don't think so. His mouth is still moving.
Oh, his mouth's moving and nothing's happening. We can't hear you, Charlie.
Oh, he had to say.
Muted. Hello, you there?
We hear you now.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna. I'll go back a paragraph. Choice is the obvious escape for what appears as opposites. Decisions let one of conflicting goals become the aim of effort and expenditure of time. Without decision, time is but a way for disputed. It is spent for nothing in return, and time goes by without results. There is no sense of gain, for nothing is accomplished, nothing learned. You need to be reminded that you think 1,000 choices are confronting you, when there is only one to make. And even this, what seems to be a choice. Do not confuse yourself with all the doubts that myriad decisions would induce. You make but one, and when that one is made, you will perceive it was no choice at all. But truth is true, and nothing else is real. There is no opposite to choose. Instead, there is no contradictions to the truth. Choosing depends on learning, but the truth cannot be learned, but only recognized. In recognition, acceptance lies, and as it is accepted, it is known. But knowledge is beyond the goals we seek to teach within the framework of this course. Ours are teaching goals to be attained through learning how to reach them. What they are, and what they offer you. Decisions are the outcome of your learning, for they rest on what you have accepted as the truth of what you are and what your needs must be. If this insanely contemplated world, heaven appears to take the form of choice rather than merely being what it is. Of all the choices you have tried to make, this is the simplest, most definitive, the prototype of all the rest, the one which settles all decisions. If you could decide the rest, this one remains unsolved. But when you solve this one, the others are resolved with it. For all decisions be concealed, this one by taking different forms. Here is the final, the only choice in which is truth accepted or denied. So we begin today considering the choice that time was made to help us make. Such it is holy purpose, now transformed from the intent you gave it, that it be a means of demonstrating hell is real. Hope changes to despair, and life itself must be in the end by overcome by death. In death alone are opposites resolved, for ending opposition is to die, and thus salvation must be seen as death, for life is seen as conflict. To resolve the conflict is to end your life as well. These mad beliefs can gain unconscious hold of great intensity and grip in the mind with terror and anxiety, so strong that it will not relinquish its ideas about its own protection. It must be saved from salvation, threatened to be safe, and magically armored against truth. And those decisions are made unaware to keep them safely undisputed, apart from question and from reason and from doubt. Heaven is chosen consequently. The choice cannot be made until alternatives are accurately seen and understood. All that is veiled in shadows must be raised to understanding, to be judged again. This time with heaven's help, and all mistakes and judgments which the mind had made before and open to correction, as the truth diminishes themselves as clueless. Now are they without effects? They cannot be concealed because their nothingness is recognized. The conscious choice of heaven is as sure as the ending of fear of hell when it is raised from its protective shield of unawareness and is brought to the light. Who can decide between the clarity seen, the unrecognized? Yet who can fail to make a choice between alternatives when only one is seen as valuable? The other is wholly worthless thing, a but imagined source of guilt and pain. Who hesitates to make a choice like this? And shall we hesitate to choose today? We make the choice of heaven as we wake and spend 5 minutes making sure that we made the one decision that is sane. We recognize we make a conscious choice between what has existence and what has nothing but an oppressions of truth. Its persuado being brought to what is real is flimsy and transparent in the light. It holds no terror now for what is made enormous. Vengeful, pitiless with hate, demands obscurity for fear to be invested there. Now it is recognized as but a foolish, trivial mistake. Before we close our eyes and sleep tonight, we affirm the choice that we made each hour in between. And now we give the last 5 minutes of our waking day to the decision with which we awoke. As every hour passes, we declare our choice again in a brief, quiet time devoted to maintaining sanity. And finally, we choose the day with this acknowledging we choose but what we want. Heaven is the decision I must make. I make it now and will not change my mind, because it is the only thing I want.
Thank you, Charlie. Heaven is the decision I must make. That's what we will focus on tomorrow. And thank you to all who came to listen and participate in Course in Miracles lessons in miracles. We're going to switch hats now, and we are going to put on our chanting hat and do some chanting for change. So you're welcome to stick around with us, those of you who joined us. And our first chant that we do is Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, and our miracle Marlene is here. Thank you, Marlene, for showing up with us tonight.
Yeah, I'll
So,
begin.
Auntie Jean, would you please tell us how we do this and about this first chant that we're doing?
Okay. The first chant we're doing is Om Gam. What are we doing? It's been a few days since I've been here. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And this chant is a chant to remove all the barriers, obstacles, and illusions that might be blocking us from what the truth really is. And it's opening our mind and our hearts. And what we're going to do is we're going to do it 3 times slowly. And then we will do 108, which is the tradition. And when we get done, Teri will give us a slight meditation in freedom. So join us as we declare that we are removing all the obstacles to our learning. Om
Om
Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Next, we are removing all the barriers that have been set up either by someone else or our own ego minds.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
And last of all, and most important, we are removing all the illusions that this world has put upon us. And we're going to clear them away. Om
Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Om
Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gan Ganapataye Namaha.
Gam
Om
Gam
Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Om
Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Gan Ganapataye Namaha.
Gam
Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha.
Gam
Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
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 Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Let's take a breath into our heart center. Focus in on that feeling of freedom that happens when we do this chant, when we see and know and believe that there are no obstacles, there are no more barriers. That is all an illusion. And we let it go, we surrender it to the miracles that come through when we do have that freedom from any limitations. So let's go to our next chant, which is known as the miracle chant. And this is the chant, as we mentioned earlier, that really was brought out into our world by our Tina Turner. And let's do this in honor of her tonight and all the really wonderful way that she brought forth that we are spirit and we are free. And let's let ourselves feel her spirit in its freedom tonight, soaring, and let's soar with her as we chant it. So, Auntie Jean, would you talk about
I
this?
sure will. By the way, if I'm acting strange, it's because there's a fly in here that keeps bombarding me. Maybe it's Tina. Maybe she wants to chant with it.
It might be.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
chant,
I like that idea, Jean.
it might be. I hope she doesn't go in my mouth though. Uh, the chant we're going to be doing is Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And like Teri said, it's the chant of miracles. And now that we have cleaned away all the obstacles and all the barriers and all the illusions, that we are open to take in those miracles. And we're open to listen to nothing but the truth. And I also like to call it the chant of love because there are millions of people all over the world who chant this every single day to bring peace on our earth. So please join us as we chant, and we're going to do it the same way. We're going to make some declarations and do it 3 times slowly, and then we'll do the 108. And then afterwards, Teri will take us home, so to speak, with a wonderful meditation. So we are declaring that everyone is accepting, aligning, allowing, and awake. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
We are also declaring that everyone is happy and healthy and safe.
Nam
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 Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
And lastly, we are declaring that we are living in peace and harmony, and we're free of suffering, and we are mostly free of all illusions. So all we see is the real world. Nam
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 Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge Kyo.
Nam
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 Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Renge
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo. Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo. Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo. Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo. Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam
Yo,
Myoho Renge Kyo,
yo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo,
Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo,
Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo,
Kyo,
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo,
Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Let's go back into our hearts with the breath. Just breathe right in deeply into your lungs and watch it expand out. Just follow that breath. Follow the breath, and you'll see that everything has opened up, all that love inside of you, all that connection with the oneness, and all of us as part of the oneness. Every night we give honor to God, the Creator, and we do this by chanting Om 3 times. And then after that, we'll hold that love in our heart, and then we'll give it away out into the world with our intention and with our breath. So please join us in doing the 3 Oms and really feel it in your heart as you chant this. Take a deep breath in. Om. When we focus on that connection in our heart with our Creator, with all of the oneness, all of the love in the universe, it brings us to a special place. And in that place, we desire to have more of that closeness, more of the world that's filled with illusion, to break down the walls, to open up to possibility, to see the light that leads to this place of love that we're all feeling right here together right now. So let's set our intention that with that next breath in that we take, we're going to hold that love in our heart. We're going to just give it a special meaning as we hold it. And that meaning is to bring forth peace and unity in our world. So, setting that intention that it's going to go where it needs to go, to touch the hearts that it needs to touch, we breathe it out into the world. And may it go forward to every being on the planet, to everything that has energy, the animals, all of nature, the waterways, all of creation that's alive here on earth. Let everything that it has energy feel the shift, feel the change that comes in when love is present. And may this love bring forth a desire to live in a world that works for all of us, a world that's sustainable, that will be here for generations to come. And may that peace that we can see very clearly with our eyes show up in every part of our world. Om Shanti Shanti. Om Peace. 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 May there be peace in our world. That is our prayer. That is what we're here every night chanting for. That's what our purpose is to bring that peace more fully through to the world. And every night we make a declaration. And Miss Christine, would you please share this declaration with us and lead us in saying it all together?
Yeah, I am. I honor we the practice, the peace on open, remember your dog, your cat, and your pet, and Tina with Tono, that's so it's sad. So she chanted with us overnight. So you know that Tina passed away, so I'm a little sad. So 1, 2, 3, we the
We
We
declare that
declare
there is peace on earth, and we declare
well,
that peace
the
begins inside of us,
entire so it is. So it
always and
is.
forever.
Ever.
Ever and
Amen.
ever.
Ever.
Amen.
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 And we've been doing this in 88 days now as peace for
For
peace.
For
peace.
peace,
And that's who we are. We are the pea pie.
God.
Teri is our mama pea. We have Chris who's a pea, and Charlie's a pea, and Alma pea, and Karen's a pea, and Gracie's a pea, and Marlene's a pea, and Maria's a pea if she's still here, and everybody watching is a pea. And there are actually many, many peas in this world that want peace. So, wouldn't you like to be a pea?
Me too.
So we
I
can
do,
have
I do.
Me
oh,
too.
do it too. Yes, so that's what we are, and that's all there is to it. We're peas for peace. I also
We are
want to say
peace for peace.
happy birthday to Padre Pio.
Yes,
Happy
it's
birthday to
Padre's birthday
Today.
today.
Day.
Happy.
And be kind.
And be
And
kind.
be kind. The most important part, right? Yeah. Share your light and be kind to one another. Because that will
And
usher in the peace.
we miss you, Gracie. We need your songs.
Oh, Gracie, we sure do. We know that the hills are alive.
Right.
We know that peace is coming around the corner.
No.
And we love it when Gracie sings those things to us. So, Gracie, wherever you are, we're wishing you so much love and a wonderful night. And to everyone that joined us tonight, thank you. We'll be back tomorrow. Come back and be with us. And stay in your heart and stay blessed. We leave you with
Namaste.
Namaste, y'all.
Love
Bye,
you all.
everyone. Love you so much. Bye.